Someone asked the question recently, what does it cost to run one of these lasers? Well, I assume they're talking about what actually does it draw in terms of power. So I've connected the laser to this little kilowatt usage monitor, and you can see I'm in the US and this is just residential power, so we have 120 volts. You can see this is almost 117. So the laser is completely off right now and nothing else is connected. So I'm just going to power it up, and I've got a piece of titanium here. This is 6Al4V, and I'm just going to mark the power grid on it that we've used in the past. It goes from 0 to 100% power, and we can see how this fluctuates as it runs. So I'm going to start the laser, and we'll swap that over to amps. Okay, so that's what it's drawing with just the card powered up, but not the laser source. So very, very little. Now I'm going to start EasyCAD, and we'll also power up the laser source right now. Looks like about an amp. Okay, I'm going to load the program. Okay, so this is our power and speed grid. We'll just zoom in so we can see it. I haven't changed any of the settings, and we're going to mark this titanium in focus. So it's dead on right now. I'll light it up to show you roughly where it's going to mark. I guess I need to select it. So it's just going to fit on our piece right there. So keep an eye on the kilowatt, and let's see what it does. So this first bit of marking here is just going to be for our power labels and our speed labels. So these are going to be done at a higher power, so they're not going to be that informative, but you can kind of see what the kilowatt jumps to here. So keep in mind our idle was around 1 amp, and you can see it running now around 1.8. I think this is like 90% power, and now you can see the low power stuff marking right here. I think this is probably 10 or 2, I think this is the 10% line. So you can see it's drawing 1.4. We'll probably call that the bottom. And you don't see a huge fluctuation in speed. The faster it goes, really doesn't draw more power. Now this is the 100% line right here, so it's good we're doing this second so you can see the contrast. So this is almost 2.5 amps. So that's the biggest difference you're going to see, and you can see everywhere in between. If you want to know the actual numbers, you can sit and watch it, but the point at which it hits about 2 amps is between 70 and 80% power. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all of this marking is done in focus, and if you would take this out of focus, you might see some colors. I actually haven't tried that yet on this grid, and I didn't change the frequencies to actually use more desirable settings for titanium. And I did make another video that shows some settings that do work to produce colors. So if you're interested in seeing that, feel free to check it out. There's about a minute left to mark this entire grid, and if you're interested in seeing how this whole thing plays out, then I'll let it go at normal speed. And if you have any questions about this or anything else, feel free to leave them in the comments.